one thing that has been a big topic in the gym community and stuff is that society is decreasing testosterone in guys, right? Because testosterone is more than just big, strong, angry. Testosterone is like what men have to have in order to be men, basically. You know what I mean? Like mentally, like the hormone is way bigger than just gaining muscle. It's way bigger than that. Testosterone helps decrease stress in men, like that sort of thing. It's the hormone men need, basically, right?
Better brain function.
Yeah, everything, right? So testosterone is needed in guys. That being said, I have recently, with the new year coming, I've decided to try to up my gains to the maximum amount, right?
Okay.
I'm going to start taking vitamins. So in that, I've researched a few different herbs, right? These are natural, so it's not like you're doing steroids using these.
Right.
They just will help your testosterone be used more efficiently.
Yeah, they're basically plants that help you, like a supplement, basically.
Exactly,
like
yeah.
Creatine.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a supplement but will allow your testosterone to be used more efficiently so you're not wasting your time, basically. Especially if you've been lifting for, I would say, 2 to 3 plus years. You'll hit a plateau pretty hard, which is normal. So you want to make sure while you're in the gym, you're making the most out of your time, especially if you're going to hit that plateau naturally anyways.
What is it, like 2 years?
2 to 3 years, I think, depending on how hard you go.
Yeah.
I know I'm a year, 2.5 years in, and I've probably 6 days a week. So it's like I'm seeing a decrease in the amount of production I'm having, which is fine. You expect that, but you want to make the most out of your time. So I wrote a literal research paper, kind of, not really. It's just, a sheet of paper with a bunch of bullet points, a bunch of stuff. So here.
Professor Aiden. Professor Aiden's first appearance on Mo. Hold on, okay.
Okay, I can't read with these. Just
score in 7 years ago.
I can't read with these. All right, so the first one I'm going to go over is what's called Tongkat Ali. It's picked up a lot of steam.
Okay.
Recently, but there's still not much information on it because it's one of those things that people are afraid of because they haven't heard of it. You know what I mean? Everyone's okay with protein,
right? Because
you've heard of it. You know what I mean? Like everyone knows you should take protein after your workout, but no one's heard of this yet.
It's kind of like how people think creatine is like a steroid in some sense.
Yeah,
you get me?
Because
they don't know about it.
Because unless you're in it, you don't know what it is, right?
Yep.
This is one of those. This is a newer example of that. Like I said before, though, this is not a steroid. This is natural. It just boosts the testosterone you have in your body. So, Tongkat Ali, I have some information on it as well.
Yeah.
It's found in Indochina, Indonesia, the Philippines. It's Tongkat Ali that you take is an extract from another plant.
So the plant is it found in Asia countries?
Yeah. So it's more of the equator Asian countries, right?
Okay,
so Tongkat Ali that you take in the pill or whatever, or the powder, is just the extract from another plant.
What's that other plant?
I can't even try to pronounce the name of that plant. So
do you have it down there?
So I do not. I have it in my notes. Yeah. Extract from a plant I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce.
There's no way it says that.
Top bullet point.
Okay.
I'm prepared. I was prepared for that question.
You know what? I kind of did like a little study. You can use it like as a tea or like as a powder like pill form, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Tongkat Ali actually has a bunch of different ways you can take it. Most notably in the U.S., you're going to find it in the pill, though, because it's mostly weightlifters using it.
Like ashwaganda.
So yeah, exactly. So that's actually what I want to talk about next. I researched on that, too. So let's get to what Tongkat Ali does. There was a 2013 study. This is the study I read, so I want to give them credit.
Okay.
Just in case any of the audience wants to look it up as well. I don't have the name, but it was done by Sean Talbot, Julie Talbot, Annie George, and Mike Pugh. So I'm not going to go into everything their study consisted of and the method and stuff, but it was a 4-week study and they took 200 milligrams a day. Tongkat Ali is taken 200 milligrams to 400 milligrams. So this is actually the bottom half of it. And this is most of the pills you'll find like in the stores, like I just recently bought, it's 400. Like you can't find 200s. Okay. So this is 200. So this is the effects they had in 4 weeks on 200 milligrams of Tongkat Ali daily.
Yeah.
Tension, what they consider tension, right? Like in your blood, chemically, that sort of thing in your brain. Down 11%. This is male and women. 32 men, 32 women. So it's half and half.
Okay.
Tension down 11%. Anger down 12%. Oh, but I thought testosterone makes you angry. Not true. It's just the steroids that make you angry. And then confusion, what they deemed confusion, I guess, fog, you know that, down 15%. That was all done by, there's a certain test that you can take that, can scale your emotions, right? So that's not an accurate way to say anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was the percentage. I don't know how you can get percentages in that. But what really matters is this. Cortisol was down 16%. Okay, cortisol, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Testosterone plus 37%.
Whoa.
37% in 4 weeks.
God.
In just a month?
Yeah. 37% of anything is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Keep in mind, Tongkat Ali is used in these Asian countries as a form of Viagra. It's a natural Viagra. But the studies show that it helps weightlifters, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But it's basically a natural Viagra, okay?
I heard that it increases testosterone by 100 to 200 points in men.
Yeah. Yeah, so that 37%,
Yeah.
I think, did you see that on Dr. Huberman on the Joe Rogan?
Yep.
Yeah, so the points, that's about 37%. It's 200 points. It's like the testosterone levels are way different. They scaled it in percentage, but that's what it is. 200 points, basically, just like blood level or whatever.
Yeah.
Tongkat Ali has no known side effects long term. No known side effects. So the only downside to really using it is really how it affects you.
You know, I would think that because since it's a plant, it would be a supplement meshed down into a powder.
Yeah. So since it's a plant, there's hardly any side effects to plants. A vast majority of the time, right? You can't say it all the time, but most of the time, if you're going, more plant-wise, there's a reason that people are using these plants in these countries that they might just live off the land. There's a reason they're using these plants. It's because they aren't known to affect anyone long-term, or else they would have stopped using them. If they suspected, this plant caused a heart attack or whatever. Yeah. Even if they live off the land, that plant caused him to die, so I'm not going to use it anymore. Right. And I mean, the Asian countries have been civilized, not civilized, but lived in, I guess, for what? Thousands and thousands of years. So it's like, these plants obviously have a purpose, right? Yeah. So Tongkat Ali, I'm personally going to start taking it. Mine gets delivered tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So apparently, though, if you start taking it for the audience and you guys, if you want to, I guess, the first 2 weeks, you don't feel anything. It takes 2 weeks to really kick into your system type thing. Your body starts accepting it. So it takes 2 weeks, and then after the 2 weeks is when you start feeling the effects. So I'm going to start taking it. Yeah. And then we'll see how I feel, basically.
Let me know on the 14th day, bro.
I got you. Because it's just it affects everyone's body differently as well. So it's there's no known side effects. The fact that there were 64 people in this study, probably a good sign, right?
You're going to come back with a mustache.
Yeah. How you doing? Yeah. So
I'm going to be honest with you, though. This can sound stupid as heck and completely wrong. Yeah. I feel like most side effects and long-term issues come from additives and a bunch of BS chemicals and stuff people add in during manufacturing process.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's all all because they're trying to stretch things out, make it cheaper, cost, all that BS. But if you keep it natural.
Exactly.
Who knows? Right. It could be the best thing to ever use. Who knows?
Exactly. Keep in mind, I got a 30 capsule container of Tongkat Ali, $10. So if you're talking cost effective, you can't even find created chemicals for that price. I mean, so a full month for me, $10. I mean,
10 little capsules for Claritin for me was freaking $40.
Yeah. That's what I'm
saying.
So
that kind of makes me mad. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of mad.
No, so that's what I'm saying, right?
Easy clutch.
Yeah. Next, I researched ashwaganda, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's what I'm taking right now.
Exactly. Yeah. So the first two that I'm going over here are pretty accepted. Try taking them, right? The last two, we'll get there. Okay. We'll get there. Those are pretty crazy. But so ashwaganda, found in India, Middle East, Africa. Again, Africa's the longest continent that we've lived on. So the plant is there for a fucking reason. Okay, it's that simple, right? typically taking 600 milligrams a day. But the manufacturers of the pills put 600 in it. They know it, right? So it seems like a lot, but that's just what you got to take.
It's
you know
just
what I mean?
one pill size.
Yeah, they just shove it in.
Like a pill.
Exactly, you got it. 2012 study. I don't know how to pronounce these names. Chandrasekhar. Okay, that's the only one I'm going to try to pronounce. So you know if you try to look up the study.
Yeah.
64 subjects again. What they did was they took in this study 300 milligrams twice a day. So rather than taking the full 600, they took it separately. I don't know if that would change anything. Maybe it's because 600, your body just like gets rid of half of it anyways, like in your piss.
So
but
I researched when is the best time to take ashwagandha, and you could take it in the morning, you could take it at night. But if you take it at night, I guess one of the qualities is that it gives you a better quality sleep.
yeah, absolutely.
You know? So tell me more. Bro.
Yeah, so the reason it increases sleep is because in this study, stress in these people by one of the the emotion tests. So you can't take it 100%. It's just like perception of your stress, basically, down 44%. So that's good. That's another reason you might see on TikTok or whatever. This is where ashwagandha got popular. It kills people's emotions. Personally, I don't think it kills emotions. It just kills the bad emotions, and that's sometimes all people know. Okay?
Don't mind the water.
That's true.
So the other, on average, anxiety, depression, and social dysfunction was down on average 70%. So if you're taking those emotions out, you can see that your emotions feel killed.
Yeah.
Because you might be taking the only emotions out that you feel. Because in anxiety, you're only feeling that depression, you're feeling that stress.
A lot of people feel like
anxiety. Exactly. So if you're taking those emotions out, you might feel that they kill your emotions purely because that's all you felt.
Yeah.
So now you feel nothing, which is a good thing, right? So
in long term, it is better because now it's going to help you learn and open up to those other ones. Because honestly, personally, I went through it. That's all I felt when I got out of it. And lost the person, I was like, oh.
I don't know.
It's like losing a part of yourself.
Exactly.
Some people put like a bad stigma to ashwagandha because it kills your emotions.
That's the thing. I want to get rid of that because that's how it got popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
Was it kills your... I've been on ashwagandha for 2 months. I haven't felt a thing. I mean, I think that's overblown anyways. But it also decreased cortisol by 27.9%. So there's two things in a row that's cortisol. So what does cortisol do?
It's like a stress level hormone, right?
Yep, you got it. So cortisol, that's why I waited to explain it. Cortisol is what causes stress. So when cortisol is out of your bloodstream, you'll feel less stress naturally. Cortisol, I forget what part of your brain or your body exerts it.
Isn't it the thyroid?
Possibly.
Yeah.
I know thyroid helps regulate like certain chemicals, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
thyroid's
hormones.
a bunch of
Which is why
hormones.
if you get your thyroid taken out, you have to take pills because otherwise you're gonna get mad and your emotions all out of whack.
Exactly. So cortisol being down is what causes this stuff to be better, right?
Yeah.
Cortisol also, in the case of Tonga Ali, cortisol takes away from testosterone. So by killing cortisol, you can increase testosterone just naturally if you decrease your cortisol in your bloodstream. So that's another benefit. Yeah. So
the natural, that's what you were talking about earlier, the natural part of it.
Yeah, so usually I'm usually in the stock market every morning. And so, I'm dealing with like high levels of stress and everything. And so when I heard about ashwagandha, that it would reduce my stress, let me tell you guys, it definitely does help. And then I took it once at night. It definitely helped me with better, sleep. And I was like, I slept like a baby, honestly. Yeah. And so, let me describe to you how I felt when I, when 6:30 a.m. hit, I took I popped 2 pills of ashwagandha. And I can tell you, I felt focused. Not only that, but in a sense, I didn't fear or stress what was going on with investors and how the market was moving. I felt in control, and just that type of stuff. I feel more better as as a man, basically.
Exactly. and this is all natural. This isn't taking an antidepressant that has chemicals you can't even pronounce.
Yeah, it's literally a plant.
It's just a plant, right? So it's like probably beneficial, right? I want to take ashwagandha, but that's going to be my next step.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with Tonga Ali because let's say I have a side effect. I want to pinpoint what caused that side effect. Like, say something starts happening with me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, Tonga Ali caused that, rather than me taking Tonga Ali, ashwagandha, a bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, I can't pinpoint what caused it, so I'm stopping one, even though it might have not caused it, right? So
I also researched with ashwagandha that it also helps with blood flow.
Yeah.
Not only also to the brain, which I feel like that's another subject. Once you're done talking, we're gonna go over like the mind, which is very powerful, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this stuff all has to deal with the mind, right? Because like all this stuff is directly causing changes in your mind, in your mindset, especially testosterone as a man, decreasing cortisol, that sort of thing. It's going to directly change how you think. Third, this is one of the ones that Dr. Huberman went over on Joe Rogan that you showed me.
Yeah.
Fadogia agrestis. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I saw that.
So this is one of the ones where it's kind of pushing it. Okay. I don't know if I take this one. I'm going to keep it a stack. He promoted it. He said it's good, right? Because I watched the rest of that interview that night after you showed me. But after looking at the studies, I might wait a little bit to start taking this one. Maybe when I start seeing another plateau in the gym or something like that. Because at the end of the day, this is why I'm taking it, is for the gym. So maybe once I see another plateau. But basically, this is found in Nigeria. You take 1,200 milligrams daily. So that's quite a bit. Just like, but again, they squash it in a pill. So it's not like an absurd amount. That's just what you have to take to feel effects.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of stresses me out about this one is there are very limited studies on this at all. I found a single study, wasn't even done on humans. It was just rats. It was rats.
No.
So that's why I don't want to take it right now, right?
I'm glad they compare us to rats.
Yeah, so it was only this study, the only one I could find. Keep in mind I didn't study that long, but I was also looking at a bunch of cross references, and all of them referenced this one about the rats. So I was like, this must be the only like real one right now.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna stay away from it for now, by the way.
What did it do?
And it was done in 2005.
Oh.
So it's like it's a long time, and there's not many studies done on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
600% increase in testosterone.
Yeah.
That's actually steroid level. Keep in mind, this is a plant though. This is a plant.
Let me see this really quick.
In the rats. In the rats.
This sounds like a Harry Potter spell, I swear.
A Harry Potter spell. No way.
Makes balls bigger?
Yeah.
I'm on that.
Why are you reading down? Wait.
Yeah, so it also makes your balls bigger, apparently, from the people I've used it.
Oh.
You know what? That's fair though. That's fair because I heard the same thing about Tonga.
Yeah. But that one, it's way less amounts of testosterone increase, right?
It's still a plant.
It's natural. Yeah, it's a plant.
It's not antibiotic. Anabolic.
Bro.
Yeah. Naturally, like increase in testosterone. Yeah,
Is that what you're trying to say?
Anabolics.
Increase in testosterone. Yeah.
Oh, my fault, bro.
Increasing testosterone is going to make your parts bigger, right?
Yeah.
The reason steroids decrease it is because it's such a huge increase, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same thing with. I feel like I'm about to say a racial slur by trying to say this. I swear to God, like fadogia. I feel like I'm actually saying a racial slur. I can't. Anyways,
It still sounds
It's
like
a
a
Harry
spell.
Potter spell.
It still sounds like a spell.
Spell.
so yeah, 600% increase in these
Make
rats.
them fall in love.
Like these rats must have had delts of like steel, right? I don't know. That's why I'm staying away from it. 600% increase is insane.
You see a
You know
rat
what?
stabbing another rat with steroids.
Yeah.
Pull up Demon Slayer rats. That's what I'm picturing now. That's exactly. You know what I'm talking about? That's exactly what I'm picturing. It's the freaking rats from Demon Slayer.
Maybe if my computer wasn't ancient. So yeah, that's why I'm staying away from Tonga Ali. Not Tonga Ali, fucking Fadogia.
What are you typing, bro?
What am I looking up?
Demon Slayer rat. Yeah, them bubbles. That's what I'm picturing. These rats look like.
Yo, that's actually
That's what they do look like, bro. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm staying away from it. Holy hell.
No fair.
Okay, moving on to my fourth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you thought that last one was bad.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
This one is also a plant. It's called Tribulus terrestris. Why do all these sound like Harry Potter spells, bro? Okay, this is native to South Eurasia and Africa. Again, it's in the African continent, so it's used for a reason, I guess.
Yeah.
1,500 milligrams daily. A few studies on humans, but most of them are on animals again. So this is another one where it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not a steroid, or not considered a steroid, because it was from plants. And even the nutrition place I go to has it. So it's... The nutrition place I go to has all of these, except for fadogia, by the way. So these three are in like nutrition places. So it's like, it's not a steroid because the nutrition places cannot sell steroids legally.
Yeah.
Right.
Testosterone was up 30 to 40% based on age. So that's not a huge jump. The older you got, the more testosterone actually boosted. So the older you get, I guess you can use it. The reason that I'm against it is because certain sports leagues have banned it. You can't have it in your system. So it's like, okay, there's something manufactured there. There's something that the sports leagues don't like.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of international sports league and stuff have it banned. So it's like, it's not used enough in the US, I don't think. I don't think any of the US ones have it banned. Just because it's not used enough. So they don't even care to ban it, right?
Yeah.
One of the adults in the study developed seizures because of it. So it's like, okay, how serious is this thing, right? Another study concluded that in lifting adults, it created no advantage, didn't see any change in body composition. So it's like, what is this even boosting testosterone for? What is it doing?
Yeah.
That's why I'm against, like, I'm not for this last one, because I'm like, there's not enough literature on it at all.
Yeah.
And the studies have shown it doesn't do anything. So why would you take it? What is it putting in your system?
Yeah.
If it's increasing testosterone but not showing any body composition changes, what is it actually doing with your testosterone? That's weird to me.
Weird.
It doesn't add up, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't add up. So yeah, it's kind of considered a steroid since the sports leagues have it banned. It increases recovery by testosterone, but it doesn't increase body composition. Very weird to me. I ain't going to take it.
Too many questions.
I ain't going to take it.
There's no many benefits to it, right? Or
I mean, theoretically there is because of the 30 to 40% increase, but for me, right, I'm taking this for the gym.
Yeah.
I don't care unless there's body composition changes, right?
Yeah.
True.
So, I don't know. That's why I'm against those last two. I'm not going to take those last two until at least there's some more literature on them, I guess.
Yeah.
But the first two, Tonga, Lee, and ashwaganda, they're becoming more popular. I would say
You got me
maybe
on
try
that
them.
one, bro. I
Right.
want bigger balls.
So yeah. Also,
Who doesn't, you know?
Also, Tonga, Lee, and ashwagandha were both sold out at my nutrition store because I asked the clerk that was there, and she says, "Did it like do well on TikTok? Because like they're all sold out. Like what's happening?"
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I guess they're kind of doing well. Probably literally the Joe Rogan effect. I'm almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like that Dr. Huberman episode did very well recently. Like a bunch of clips went viral.
Yeah.
Actually, the Joe Rogan effect. I'm actually so serious.
So it just went out of stock.
Yeah, so I don't know. Plus, if you're going to order it, try looking on a few places online. I got mine online for $10 a capsule, like 30 capsules for $10 for Tonga Ali at least. Exact same container at my nutrition store, which is notably cheap, was $30. So it's like if you look online, you might be able to find a few different options.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's just because they don't want them in stores. People aren't buying them enough to mass produce them to put in stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the ones that they have in store, they're paying a lot for. So then in turn, you have to spend more to get them in store. That's just my thought.
Right.
I would look online a few because, of course, online is going to be cheaper because they can just hold them in warehouses and not have to worry about them.
So because we're seeing a decrease in testosterone each decade in men, I feel like these supplements are really beneficial if like you want to see like better results in the gym, better brain function, in that sort of stuff. You get me?
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is a supplement. I'm going
Yeah.
to cut you off, sorry.
No. Go.
But let me get on my fitness trainer high horse here.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You have to be doing everything else right. You take creatine, a very notable substance. Almost everyone in the gym takes it. But you aren't eating right. You aren't working out correctly. Creatine is not going to help you. Same thing with here. If you're just new to the gym, I would personally learn how to lift first. Learn how to eat right first. Take the basic supplements. Make sure you're eating enough protein. Take your creatine. And then maybe hop on a few of the bigger supplements.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about taking this stuff if you don't even know how to work out correctly yet. And even if you're just a year into the gym, right? Or maybe 6 months I'll go with. Chances are you don't know how to work out correctly yet. You don't know what failure on a set actually is yet until you're about a year in. Yeah. Once you're a year in, you're like, okay, that's failure. What I was doing 6 months ago wasn't failure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. True.
And even if that's coming from someone that did a lot of research before getting into their, like, my bodybuilding shtick and stuff like that, and I still didn't know what I was doing. Like, if you watch TikTok all the time, you watch these YouTubers, even if you know everything, except you don't, but even if you think you know everything by watching the stuff that they're saying, you need the experience in the gym first.
Right.
You might see these guys go to failure and you think you're hitting failure, but you're not. You're just not. You're not eating correctly.
Isn't
you know what
it
I mean?
like, you know, you're only going 40% of what you can in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in order to see gains, you have to be within 40 to 80% of your 1 rep max. That's to see hypertrophy. Anything above 80%, you're getting more strength, right? So you don't have to. Most people, right? You can't even go to failure because you don't have a spotter. Like, a failure technically is the weight slamming on your face, but you can't hit that. You don't need to hit absolute failure. You just need to be pushing yourself. So in your first 6 months of lifting, you probably don't even know what that is. So I would not even touch this stuff until you're later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like ashwagandha it's more so like, you know, because I mean it also helps with like brain function and everything, you know. So
yeah,
I feel like not like leaning towards like don't take it unless if you know what you're actually doing. I mean, because it is a supplement. So I mean, it wouldn't harm you in any way.
Yeah, exactly.
You get me? So I feel like it would be like if you want to see higher results in testosterone, you know, feel better, look better. Because I feel like that's like all perception. You get me?
That's the thing. Ashwagandha is maybe the one exception because it doesn't increase testosterone. So it's not even going to affect you that heavily in the gym itself. Maybe like minus the stress and stuff will help, but not the testosterone like biologically. Stuff like Tonga Ali and the other ones.
So, like with a person that deals with like anxiety.
Yeah, I would not even worry about taking stuff to boost your testosterone until you know what you're doing in the gym, because then you're just wasting your testosterone. You know what I mean? You're increasing testosterone, but then not even using it. So you're in the exact same situation that you were, that your testosterone isn't being used efficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, we're even talking to Vance the other day about it and stuff like that, and he was talking about how even if you don't want to take supplements, right? Because you think supplements, you may not even want to take it because you popping pills, all that, whatever, right?
Yeah. Right.
There's other things you can do, like red spinach is one, but there's just
oxide?
There's like a certain amount. I don't know, like all research based on how much you can take before, you know, whatever. But even then, even if you don't want to take it to that one yet, even beets helps with increasing testosterone and stuff like that.
Yeah, just minimally, right?
Which probably what I'm going to start with, just like minimally introducing it more and more, trying to get more into my diet and stuff like that. And then once I do a little more research about something or ashwagandha, then maybe I'll throw that into it as well.
Yeah.
But right now it's going to start with like just simple foods like beets. Throw beets into like a meal prep.